Hello YouTube peers and welcome to a new YouTube video. This one's about levelhead. So if you are using the PC version of levelhead, you get this community thingy that you don't get in Nintendo Switch. You can click on things like the B-Scotch podcast, B-Scotch Discord, which I already knew existed, the levelhead subreddit, which I'm currently checking out now, and patch notes, which I've definitely taken a peek at, but it doesn't seem too interesting compared to this. Anyway, excuse me. Whew. Anyway, where were we? I guess we just get out of this now. Definitely found something interesting to check out. So this was back in before I even learned that this game existed. They made what they call a mega update. This is like on their main website, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know if anybody has talked about this on YouTube or not. They probably have, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it because why not? So we have the mega update about the void. So that sounds kind of interesting. So this new power up called the Shade is part of that. I actually built a was it my second or third level or something like that? It was based on this power up. And it just kind of looks like moon phases. Anyway, they meant to find a void in the market, but opened the void instead. I don't know what happens if you follow this URL if we dare, but anyway. Blah blah blah. Shareholders, innovative levelhead division, or new army of GR18s and faithfully delivering packages for months now across the galaxy. Of course, you don't care. You just want to know how we're going to make you even more money. Okay. We're bringing home the space bag in this next quarter by finding the new void in the market. All right. So basically, they're just trying to say that the new content is flavored after the void. So, including the power-up, which we know about. Let's read a little bit about this. You can create a rune of teleportation, is what this is called, which it can use to reappear any location within throwing distance. Okay. Harnessing void energy did have the unfortunate side effect of causing GR18 to go blind and grow some horns. So basically like Illidan, I guess. The little robo seems to be getting by without too much trouble. Just look at him go, but don't you dare look under that mask. New enemies. It's a good thing GR18 can teleport now too, because that's going to come in handy when dealing with all these new void demons that have popped up all over the levelhead division. The Peanut. Okay, so I've always thought this was such a stupid name, but now we can actually kind of understand, well, not necessarily why it's named that, but we get to understand what kind of creature this Peanut is, at the very least, by reading this. Sometimes the void condenses into a sentient cloud that adheres to surfaces and marches around, trying to bring slow, sticky death to us all. Okay. We found that if you take that cloud and drop it into a package, it serves as a cheap alternative to traditional packing peanuts. The only problem is that our customers weren't able to tell what direction the peanut was going to travel once it escaped into their homes, making it difficult to avoid. So we slapped a mask on what is probably its front. Good luck, customers. Actually, I don't really see how a mask helps with figuring out where it's going, but okay. Well, no, I mean, I guess that's not entirely true, because, like, you can kind of see which way they're going without them actually having to move, because it's, like, more towards the right hand or the left hand side, depending on which direction it is. Anyways. Whatever. Anyway, that's the explanation for why the face is like that. It's because it's a mask. Anyway, Peanuts come in a variety of flavors, such as blueberry, thornberry, and dynamite. Okay. Jibber jabbers. Since opening the Void Rift, we've spent a lot of time dodging Void Demons that absolutely will not stop talking about their esoteric hobbies and interests. And since the Void is a very different concept of space-time, these jibber jabbers have big issues with personal space. They're real close talkers. This becomes especially problematic since their mouths are full of razor-sharp teeth. Once a jibber jabber begins trying to engage you in conversation, there are very few ways to escape, other than to continuously dodge it, or boop it on the head to send it back into the void. Okay. Oh, canoodles were new around this time too. To protect our assets from the constant onslaught of jibber jabbers, our roboneers have had to develop and deploy new artillery robots called canoodles all over our warehouses. The event leads to the levelhead division for use in levels 2. Okay, I do know you can actually grab those projectiles and then use them for your own purposes. So you could use those to fire at the jibber jabbers to defeat them, I guess. But you can also defeat the canoodles themselves if you want. Maybe I should make some levels where the canoodles aren't allowed to be destroyed or something like that. That could be interesting. These canoodles will lob projectiles indiscriminately and constantly, so GR18 will have to be on high alert whenever they're around. I was thinking a lot of the time they are pretty safe to be around for the most part. You gotta be careful, but it's not like they're not gonna chase you down. Basically, they just walk to the end of a platform and then they walk back to the other end. They just do that. That's all they do, and then they stop every once in a while too. The input switch. The void can also tap into channels of energy that are previously untappable and redirect those energies in new and interesting ways. We're able to use this property of the void to create a new item called the input switch, which will intercept inputs and redirect them to other items and levels. What does this mean? It means our level heads can now make levels that directly respond to button presses. Want a bunch of gems that only appear when you press right? How about platforms that can be toggled on and off based on GR18's powers? All of these things and more are now possible with the input switch. I would like to comment that the input switches basically allow people to make arcade-style levels, and that's pretty cool. And it lets you do some really interesting things too, like lets you customize even just regular, more traditional levels as well. Like you can sort of add new restrictions and stuff. It's pretty cool. Anyway, the recycler. This is one of the items I care about the least, personally. One of our favorite void effects is that normal time doesn't apply to void energy. In fact, horrifying voices won't stop speaking in our minds claim that time is shaped like a Klein bottle. We don't know what that means, but we do know that we've been able to use void energy to create a fancy new recycler, which resets cooldowns of GR18's power-ups and abilities. So basically, when you use your power-up, you have to wait until like this little indicator pops up above your head briefly to indicate that you're ready to use the ability again. But with this recycler, you don't have to wait. Once you touch the recycler, bam, you can use it again. So that's the whole idea behind what a recycler does. Speaking of time, it turns out when you mix void energy with slurp juice, you get a pretty weird time dilation effect. We're not sure how this helps, but we did it anyway, and packed it in a friendly little robot that GR18 can carry around in levels. While carrying the T-bot, GR18 will experience time at half speed, while moving full speed itself. GR18 may also experience vivid hallucinations, witness the future, see the eye of a celestial deity. No, you don't need to worry yourself about that. Okay, so according to the lore, it's really weird, but basically all it really does is just slows down everything else except for you. That's basically all it does. So, it's really, really, really handy for you could give people this as a reward for an optional challenge, and the main part of the level would become a lot easier or something like that, you know. Is one idea of looking at it. It could be a super powerful piece of equipment. Honestly, the Type Bot is really, really good. It's one of the best items they've come up with. Item beamers. Okay, so this wasn't a thing until now. Before we mastered the power of the void, our beamers were pretty limited. They were only able to beam certain items in existence, like bombs or robos. What do you mean by robos? You mean like enemies? Robots? But because of the energy-dense nature of the void, we've managed to dramatically increase the power for beamers, allowing them to beam, well, just about anything. So, yeah, like Ripcord is right over there, and Zipper. So basically, regular power-ups and pretty much anything else you could want. There's also the bombs there too, apparently. The cool thing about these beamers is you can set cooldowns on them too, or like make them have receiving channels or whatever. So you can have requirements for them to do that, which is pretty neat. Stackable armor. When you infuse an armor plate with void energy, not only does it turn into super blue cool color, but it also starts to violate the laws of physics. Like two objects can't occupy the same space at the same time. With these new stackable armor plates, GR18 can wear 3 armor plates simultaneously on top of each other. So whenever GR18 takes damage, you can have backup plates. Right. Punchers. Turns out one of the best ways to keep demons out of the company fridge is to punch them in the face. So we've modified bumper technology to create punchers to send things flying away. They're a little bit inaccurate because, as it turns out, punching something isn't the most precise way to get it from point A to point B. I don't know why they're calling it inaccurate, to be honest. Maybe it's because you can, like, make it have whatever angle you want out of 360 angles. I don't know. Anyway, marketing updates. They've added 40 new icons for our levels. Okay. Wait a minute, I don't know if I've seen all of these. I don't know if I've seen this one or this one in particular. I've seen the rest of these, I think. I'm not sure if I've seen this or that one. And, of course, I still have a lot to unlock, so whatever. It's going to be hard for me to recognize them if I haven't unlocked them. 10 new path visuals, including rope, lights, electrical outlets, and more. Oh, okay. Yeah, these things were nice because you can sort of like make them like lasers. It's pretty cool. And there's this thing. This is an electrical outlet, and that's a rope. Nice. Customizable visuals for a bunch of items like spiketrons and spike chainers. Okay, so these things are not just only... These things used to be red, I was told. So now they can be orange and fusion, whatever. Purple or whatever color that is. And these things could be different colors too. I'm not sure what their original color was. A bunch of new songs, plus the ability to use just about any song from the game in your levels. Yeah. We want you to be able to make the level of your dreams, and now you can. Wait, there's more! Mega Update isn't about new features jam-packed with tweaks, improvements, fixes, and optimizations. We're always working to get those little extra boosts to the levelhead experience. This update is no exception. If you want to see everything that's coming in Update 1.18, check out the patch notes below. Auto tester for QA purposes can run through game systems and report on their stability. Interesting. Jabber, Peanut, Shade. So you could have just scrolled down to all this and ignored the presentation, I guess, if you wanted. Some new notes to boomboxes. Okay. Added new icons to the sign. For the new enemies and new power-up. Okay, okay. I gotcha. You can now choose the start walking direction of Scrubs and Oculus. Wait a minute, I didn't know that was a thing. That's cool. I hardly ever use those guys, as you could tell, or else I wouldn't say that. I tend to use like Backrats and Blockbusters most of the time. Anyway, um, Bob Beamers are now just Beamers. Yeah. Right, it's a consumable item, but people usually put them inside Beamers, so that way they're kind of not consumable, which is mildly confusing. I guess can I put a recycler inside of an enemy? It might be kind of useful. Anyway, that about does it. This is the update. It's like a bunch of like follow-up update information, I guess, that you can read about. Anyway, that was an old time ago. Yeah, so I've been looking at this levelhead Reddit what do you call this community thingy, and yeah, I filtered out. I was actually following so many communities. I actually left a whole bunch of them. So now these are the ones that are left. I haven't really been using Reddit regularly for years upon years. Feels like, but anyway, I might make a post here soon. Well, I'm done talking about this for now. I just wanted to show off that I thought that was really cool. Actually, I'm kind of curious about some other stuff too, but maybe we should check this out. Okay, now let's actually back up a little bit here. So August 5th, so month 8, and April 30th, so month 4. So 4 months later, they released a mega update. That's cool. Oh, there's not much to this post, is there? So it's on Xbox plus Game Pass. It's on Nintendo Switch. It's on the Epic Store. I didn't know it was on the Epic Store. It's also on Steam. It's also on the App Store. And it's on Google Play Plus Play Pass. So yeah, they're really trying to make sure that you get access to it no matter what you're playing from. That's really commendable. It just sucks for them that they spend so much effort on this game and nobody plays it. No, people play it. People play it. It's amazing because like they actually upload enough levels that there's pretty much every day there's like tower trials. Kind of want to show you guys this real quick. Check this out. They're so loyal. Look at this tower trial. This is uh this is for today. So I guess it's not giving us a date. If we click back, there we go. 12/9. So if you keep clicking back, it's going to be like 12/8 and so on. It goes through all the months. So the entire time, like people have been playing this for another more than a year since the Shade update. Like think about that for a minute. Like people are still dedicated to playing this game. There's like some of these tower trials, believe it or not, are really hard. And yet we still had 17 people already beat this level. I mean, this tower trial that was released only 3 days ago. Like, I want to show you something real quick here. So I beat this tower trial. This is one of the oldest ones. I started playing some of the older ones recently. And, 1, 2, 3. Look at this fourth one. This fourth one, I couldn't beat the last level. It's too hard. So I couldn't even be one of the top 25. I didn't even have a chance to be one of the top 25. Look at this. It took somebody, like, in top 24 place, it took them 24 minutes to beat the level, or to beat the tower trial, to beat these 6 tower trials, or tower levels, whatever. Anyway, yeah. So what ends up happening is usually like the short levels, I guess end up into the tower trial. For some reason, this one's really long. Don't ask me why. I don't even remember it, to be honest. But anyway, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. The point is these levels are short but really, really hard, so you can end up dying a lot. And there's lots of like buddies in them too and stuff, which save your progress. And so yeah, if you want to see some of those runs, I've actually gotten some trophies. I try to like save it. So you just search like raid team strategy and then like trophy, I guess, or something. Time trophy runs. I've been saving these. Um, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we got 7 trophies that I on stream caught with this particular title. So that's pretty cool. And so you can watch this stuff, so you can see, because it wasn't the first time I played it usually. And so it's definitely like a lot of these times I could theoretically do quite a bit better, but it at least was good enough to get the trophy. So that was the main thing that I was shooting for. Uh, it's weird. Sometimes I guess there's some frame drops in some of my streams. I guess help me get to partner, and then maybe we'll have less frame dropping. I don't know. Yeah, there's definitely some frame dropping there. That's a ton of frame dropping. I don't understand how that drops so many frames, but anyway, whatever. Um, a headband with headphones designed for listening to guided sleep meditation. Blah blah blah. I don't know. When I try to fall asleep listening to stuff, I just like lost my hearing for a while until my eardrums grew back. Okay, these are the top 2 posts, and the other ones are like, this one's an advertisement, I guess, and then this one's just the latest community spotlight, which is probably going to get bumped back down after it's no longer the latest community spotlight. So, this was fixed. This was I guess there was just a delay in getting the tower trial out there. Blah blah blah. So I'm not sure what was going on there. Just why somebody posted that. It kind of seems a little I don't know what's the word for it. Clickbaity or something.